They would,
they did
yeah.
both.
I keep.
All right, thank you, and good evening. At this point, sorry we're being delayed. We were running late in our closed session. We had a lot of agenda items to discuss. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and then motion for adjournment of the closed study session. That's my motion.
Second.
Okay, there's second. And any objections? Seeing none, so move. All right, so at this point, I'd like to open up the Baldwin Park City Council regular meeting along with the Finance Committee and the Housing Authority concurrent. At this point, I'm going to ask Council Member. I'm not certain if Pastor Jackson's here, is he? And I'm going to ask Vice Mayor Ricardo Pacheco to lead us in an invocation. So I will ask all those that are able to do so to please stand at this point. Thank you. Good evening. Oh.
Let us bow our heads, and I want to also just keep in mind that we had the Relay for Life this past week, and let's keep in mind those that have passed from cancer and those that are currently struggling with cancer in our prayer this evening. Heavenly Father, thank you for all the many blessings you've given us here in this community, our family and our friends, and all the support that we have here in the community. Please help us to make the right choices here in our community with our leaders that we have in all of our government agencies, protect our firefighters, our police officers, all those that are fighting to keep us in good health, and help our community to go in the right direction. Amen.
Thank you. At this point, I'm going to face the flag. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to thank everyone this evening for being here today. I want to just read off something. I want to close on behalf of Mike Aquino, who's a part of the janitorial team over at B-Pace for the Baldwin Park Unified School District, and just read off his daughter's name was Stephanie Laura Aquino. Known as Lori, was born October 5th, 1977, and passed away on May 15, 2014, in a tragic vehicle accident in the Victorville area. She was raised in Santa Fe Springs, lived in Baldwin Park for a short time until they moved to Victorville. Lori graduated in 1995 from Victor Valley High School. Lori was a preschool teacher for a high desert area. She also worked in her and her mom's daycare center. Lori touched many lives in the Santa Fe Spring High Desert School. So our deepest condolences goes out to Mike and her wife for the passing of their daughter. So our deepest condolences will go out to him. He's been working with the Baldwin Park Unified School District for over 37 years. So our condolences to him, and we'll await the actual services once that is announced. Thank you. Council members wishing to close on anyone? No? All right, any announcements? All right.
Yes, Mayor, I just
go ahead.
want to make a quick announcement. I just want to announce the King and Queen for the St. John's Carnival this past weekend. But I'd like to ask them both to come up to the podium, and I'll just introduce them here at our podium real quickly here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, the Facebook, yeah, thank you.
You could just stand here to my right, but I want to introduce Abriel and Alejandro. Both are 8th grade students at St. John's the Baptist, and they worked very hard these last few months to raise money for the school district, for the school, and they were very successful, and they both won the King and Queen for their schools. So and they were recognized at the carnival. That was I think it's the 50th carnival that they've had there at St. John's. So just want to recognize them, and also their mom and dad, if your parents are here, come on up here also. No, she did a lot of hard work. And I know I'm an alumni of St. John's, and so is my colleague, the city treasurer, Maria Contreras, also went there. And I know all the hard work it takes to be the king and queen, and the support of all the family and of all the communities. So I just want to commend you for that. And I know both of them are Alejandro will be going to Damien High School. And Brielle will go to Bishop Almont this year. So anyways, thank you very much. Just want to recognize them for an awesome victory that you guys have had and be successful. Thank you very much.
All right, real quick, let me just acknowledge the king and queen. What is your first name, your full name? The queen? Okay, and the gentleman? Let me just say, okay, the queen raised a history $18,000, okay? Now, that's the first time that's ever happened in this particular type of queen and queen from St. John's. And I know the gentleman raised a little bit over 5,600. It's 5,600. So I'll tell you, if you're running a campaign in the city, that's the family you should check with. Want to congratulate you because you do a lot for this community and for St. John's. Thank you very much, and we look forward in recognizing the both king and queen. Thank you.
All right, hold on a second. I want to take a picture. It's going to come in La Opinion. Hang on.
Well, come on up here. Bring him up to the lectern. Ricardo wants to see my picture on Facebook. That's probably why. All right. Okay. Come on, bring him on up here. Hey, Gonzalo. Hey, Rita. Hello. Yeah, isn't that the truth? Congratulations. 18,000.
Incredible. A lot of money.
Come on, let's get everyone up here.
Yes, we are right there. Perfect. Take a few pictures. 1, 2, and hold it. Thank you.
Let's say some words. Come on up here, guys. Right, so this is what they're going to go ahead. You go first. Come on up here. You can come up to the mic. Yeah, just say thank you for the acknowledgement. Go ahead.
Thank you to everyone who supported me, and without my family or the Filipino community, none of this would have happened, so thank you.
I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that supported me, and not only me, but all the candidates for, it wasn't just me who sold, a lot of other people helped fundraise all the money that was sold this weekend.
Thank you. Real quick, Ms. Ilagan, before I forget, she was a grand prize winner of $2,000 as well. So that was a prize winner there. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be calling you next year. All righty.
Hey, Mayor, how much did Brianna raise, you said?
Over $18,000.
Wow, that's more money than any council candidate has raised. So I don't
There we
know.
go. Whoa. Okay. All righty. Okay, the next, we have various presentations that we have here.
roll call.
So, roll call, Madam City Clerk and City Treasurer.
Good evening, everyone. Councilmember Cruz Baca.
Present.
Councilmember Monica Garcia.
Here.
Councilmember Susan Rubio.
Present.
Mayor Poten Ricardo Pacheco.
Here.
Mayor Manuel Lozano.
Present. Thank you very much, City Clerk Maria Contreras. Righty. Okay, so at this point, we'll go ahead and do the proclamations and commendations and presentations. The first one that we have is the presentation by Foothill Transit on senior discounts and class pass. So we could come out to the lectern. Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank
Good
you for
evening.
having me.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Katie Gagnon. I'm a special projects manager at Foothill Transit. Thank you for having us here. Your PowerPoint?
Is that PowerPoint on for her? Oh, Mark, here comes Mark.
What is that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh. Sorry.
All righty, we're waiting for the, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I wanted to thank Councilmember Baca and her participation in the Foothill Transit's governing board, and I actually saw her this morning at the meeting, so thank you for allowing her to participate on our board. And I wanted to talk to you today about two exciting programs that we have at Foothill Transit. We have our Class Pass, and we also have a senior discount program that we do. And we understand that there's a need to create lifetime riders at Foothill Transit, and in order to do that, we want to start them early for like college students.
Excuse me, hold on, one moment. Captain, I'm not going to have this meeting being disrupted at this point, please. Not towards you. So at this point, if we could please exit. They're just going to have to wait. All right, thank you. All right. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Foothill Transit, regarding our Class Pass, which is our student rider programs, we currently partner with 4 higher education institutions, and we offer students discounted semester transit passes. As you can see on this map here, we work with 4 schools right now. We have Pasadena City College, Rio Hondo, Mount Sac, and the University of La Verne. And at these programs at University of Rio Hondo and then at PCC, we've had those since 2010 and 2007, respectively. And with those programs, if you attend those schools, you can get access to multiple transit agencies at a substantially discounted rate. So the Class Pass at Mount Sac and University of La Verne, these are new programs for Foothill Transit, and this gives students access to only Foothill Transit lines, and it's at no cost right now to the university as well as to any of the students. So if you attend school, if you attend at either one of these schools, you can ride our entire system at no cost right now. In the future, we hope that that the students will vote on these to keep them permanently, and Foothill Transit hopes to have these programs at many other schools. We're looking also at Cal Poly Pomona, Citrus College, Azusa Pacific, and the Claremont colleges. And there's a lot of times that the students may not have direct access from Baldwin Park to any of these colleges, but in our system map that's available also online, students or any rider can get onto other transit agencies like Metro or any of your local transit, and then they can access our services, as well as park and rides and transit stations are good places to get onto our service. As far as our senior discount pass, we also offer passes for senior citizens who are over 65 years or older, and a discount pass will be issued with the senior citizen's picture on it, and it can be purchased at a Foothill Transit store. The cost for passes for senior citizens is discounted at a 50% rate, so you can buy a 31-day pass or you can buy a 1-day pass, and you pay at half the price of a normal rider. I just wanted to go through these briefly. There's a lot more information on our website, and we are really excited. Our board has been has directed us to be very active in our programs in our community. And so if there's more information I can provide you or any questions you may have, I'd be happy to answer them.
All right, thank you very much for the presentation. We're going to make sure we get this out to the seniors because this is excellent. Now, what's the actual cost going to be?
Cost
For the pass?
for the senior,
The senior?
it's half the price. So for a day, for just a boarding, it's going to be 65 cents to get on the bus for one trip. For a 31-day pass, I think it's going to, depending if you want to ride on our Silver Streak, I think it's $30 to $35 for senior citizens for 31 days.
And the senior age, what's the age?
62.
62.
And
All right,
over.
well, that's excellent. All right, anyone else have any questions?
I have a question.
How about the students? Sorry about that.
And the students are paid by the individual school. So depending on what school they go to, like at Rio Hondo, every single student, when they register, they pay a $9 fee, and that
Okay.
covers the entire program.
Wow.
So any student that has paid that fee, every student will pay the fee, and then they will be able to ride our system. And they also can have access to Metro and other places too.
Wow. So is that per semester?
That'll be, yes, per
Wow.
semester.
Wow,
And
that's
they-
great.
so-
Back as well.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's a 1-month pass normally is over $100. So
Wow.
really
Thank you. I think Councilmember Susan Rubio, did you have a question? No?
I
Vice
just
Mayor
had a
Ricardo Pacheco.
question. And where do you get these tickets, these discounts at?
the discounts for the senior citizen discount is at our transit stores. We have 5 locations in different areas. We have El Monte Station, we have Pomona, and you can find those on our website at foothilltransit.org. And the student passes, if you go to one of the 4 schools I listed, you actually get those on campus. So you bring your ID to prove that you're a student, and you get them on the campus, and they will give you the cards.
Okay, maybe staff could put a link to Foothill just to, have that information available.
Definitely.
You could do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Katie. Thank you.
Thanks for inviting me.
I enjoyed the presentation the first time, and I thought it would be very important, especially for our seniors and our students that may not know about this, that are going to Mount Sac. Thank
Definitely.
you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, the next presentation then. The next presentation is the Upper San Gabriel Valley Municipal Water District for Barnes Park improvement. So would you have any? Oh, okay, this has been moved to the following meeting. All right, the next one that we have is a recognition to Jessica Taylor from Sierra Vista High School and Jessica Villegas, Baldwin Park High School, for winning the Mark Daniels Flores Music Scholarship Award. So thank you, Ms. Flores, for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And my name is Vita Flores, and I belong to the Mark Daniel Flores Music Foundation. And we have given out at least 12 scholarships, totaling about $9,000. And we've done quite a number of things in the community of Baldwin Park. One of the things that is coming up is going to be the concerts in the park, which we always look forward to and we participate in. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce these talented young ladies who, at the end of our presentation, will perform for you guys, and I am sure it will be a treat for everyone here. So, this young lady, she's been refining her talents for the past 7 years. Since the age of 10, she's been meticulously patient in developing her unique style of melodic production. Sharing music is one of her passions, and the countless hours of practicing the flute has brought fortunate awards. This ambitious young lady has selected the flute section leader and the assistant drum roll major and drum line with the Sierra Vista High School Band. Just this year, in 2014, she was a participant in the official Tournament of Rose Honor Band, playing her flute in an elaborate composition. At the same time she was excelling in music, she achieved academic accolades, and she is ranked on the top 10 percentile of her class.
Wow.
She was the recipient of the Principal's Honor Roll, the Principal Scholar. She got the California Scholarship Foundation and perfect attendance. She was an active member of the debate club, the vice president of the biology club and seminary. Her passion for humanitarian charities compels her to volunteer at the Desiree Industries Bishop Storehouse. In the future, she plans to attend Brigham Young University in Idaho and pursue a degree in both music and business. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to announce Miss Jessica Taylor. Now, another young lady, she is a violinist for about 9 years and has participated in many festivals. But in her junior year, she decided to take an opportunity and join the choir. It was an outstanding choice. She was in the choir club, performed in 2 musicals at Baldwin Park High School. She was the recipient of the Women's Club Scholarship. She is no stranger to academic advancements either. She was on the honor roll, the principal's honor roll. She also excelled in sports, doing cross-country, track and field, and sports medicine. In just 1 year, she won the CIF title and the CIF Masters Champion in wrestling. And it's unprecedented to get those accolades. She loves animals and volunteers at the animal shelter in her spare time. She plans to attend the University of Cumberland in Kentucky and go into the profession of nursing. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my proud privilege to announce Miss Jessica Venegas. And without further ado, I think this is the best part. I would like them to perform for both of you. Could I please have Jessica Taylor come up? and she will bring her flute and just amaze you.
Let's have her come up right up here.
Mayor, as she's coming up, I also want to acknowledge Mr. and Mrs. Flores. You guys are celebrating your anniversary, correct? You want to share how many years? We'd like to celebrate you.
I had to ask him how many. I forgot. It's 26 years that we have been together.
Congratulations.
Yes, that's fine.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce Miss Jessica Venegas.
All right, thank you. All right, Jessica. All right. Yeah, that's fine. It's okay, it's fine. Awesome. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, we're gonna have him come up here, but before we do that, before I do that, I just want to acknowledge the Flores. Could you please stand up? And let me just say something. Let me just say something about this beautiful family. I admire them for one because they've been involved in about, is it 5 years ago or 4 years ago? It's 5 years ago that they lost their only son. Their only son, a very young age. He was in college at the time, and 20. How old was he? 20 years old. Was also a teaching aide over at Tracy Elementary School. Now, this tragedy happened on Foster Avenue, headed towards Ramona. And on that early morning, there was a fatality, and he lost his life. Yet, that one particular son, who these precious mom and dad did so much for him as he grew up and lost him, but yet they're involved with this community and giving out the scholarships on behalf of their son's name, of course. And that's so important. It says a lot about them and the commitment and the dedication that they have, despite the tragedy that happened to them. And I admire them for that. And our best wishes continue for years to come. Because of what you do, you give an opportunity to other young, talented individuals. Thank you very much to the Flores family. Let me just do some. I need my little chair. Okay, real quick, Jessica, come on up here, Jessica Villegas. Just this is obviously pride of Baldwin Park has all the talented students. Her father is a sergeant with the LA County Animal Humane. Raise up your hand, Luis. It's important to acknowledge them. Now, once she graduates from high school, she has been accepted to the University of, what's the name of it? The Cumberlands in Kentucky. Okay, so that is really admirable that such a young individual and talented is going to move on and go on to a whole different state where the weather, I don't know about the weather, girl, but you're going to have to do that. But thank you, Luis, also for assisting us, and what a great role model both your parents are that I've known for many, many years. And thank you very much for being here today as well. So at this point, we're going to take our pictures. All right. Okay, ready? Come on in. Here, let's go up front. Let's go up front. Yes. Oh, yeah, come on, please.
Can we have the parents? Come on. Come on, Dad, come on. Grandma, if you want to come too. Okay.
What's going on? Oh, wow.
Both of them are very well
Well, what high school are you at now? Congratulations. Thank you. Come on. Here. Let's get everyone in here.
Okay. I need to get a better camera. You really do.
All right, come on, Manny. Okay, on the count of three, el taconazo. No. All right, thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations. Hi, brother. Oh, good job. Congratulations, sir. Hey, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I know what it is. Name is wrong. Name is wrong. Yeah. I know I heard that. I love these.
That's awesome. Alrighty, the next is the proclamation proclaiming May as Poppy Month. So do we have someone, the recipient? Yes, we sure do. Come on up here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and read this up as they make their way up to the dais. So I'll read it. It says Poppy Month, May 2014. From the battlefields of World War I, weary soldiers brought home the memory of a battle landscape transformed by wild poppies, red as the blood that had soaked the soil. By that miracle of nature, the spirit of their lives on the poppy because a symbol of sacrifice of lives in war and represented the hope that none had died in vain. The American Legion Auxiliary poppy has continued to bloom for the casualties of 4 wars and petals of paper bound together for a veterans reminding Americans each year that the men and women who have served and died for their country deserve to be remembered. Poppy Day has become a familiar tradition in almost every American community. This distribution of bright red memorial flower to the public is one of the oldest and the most widely recognized programs of the American Legion Auxiliary. America is a land of freedom, preserved and protected willingly and freely by millions who have answered to the call to arms, have died in the field of battle. The American Legion Auxiliary has pledged to remind Americans annually of this debt through the distribution, the memorial flower, the poppy. So this proclamation will be given. And what is your name? Come on over here. What is your name?
Teresa.
Teresa. Okay, Teresa. What is your last name, Teresa? Yeah, your last name.
Ortiz.
Okay. So Teresa Ortiz, we're going to present this to you. Did you want to say any words to the audience? Oh, yes. You want to read a poem? Absolutely. Come on in. Yes, go ahead.
Our poppies are made by hospitalized veterans to earn money for themselves. This poem is about the poppies. In Flanders fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row. They mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep through the poppies grow in Flanders fields.
Awesome. So we're going to get a picture of you. Here you go. Okay, we're going to get a picture. Should we have her stand up here? Okay. Back. Come on back. Let's put her on the chair then. Put her on the chair. Here. I think it's just going to hold on. You want to stand up here? Hold on up. There you go. Hold on. All right, let's move her back. Hold on. We don't want a lawsuit now. All right, here we go.
Okay, Tyler. Okay, take a few pictures. 1, 2, and hold it. One more. Thank you.
Thank you. We're ready.
I love the shoes.
Okay. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you very much. And take a look at those little shoes she's wearing. All right. Okay. All right, moving along. We're going to go over to the proclamation proclaiming the second full week in May as Women's Lung Health Week. So at this point, do we have a recipient for the lung? If not, the second full week in May is Women's Lung Health Week. Every 5 minutes, a woman in the U.S. is told she has lung cancer. Lung cancer is the number one cancer killer of women in the U.S., surpassing breast cancer in 1987, and the lung cancer death rate woman has more than doubled over the past 35 years. Women are disproportionately burdened with COPD compared to men in terms of illness and death. Asthma and is more common in women than men. Advocacy and increased awareness will result in more and better treatment for women with lung cancer, asthma, and other lung disease, and will ultimately save lives. Lung Force is a new national movement led by the American Lung Association with the mission of making lung cancer and lung disease history, uniting women to stand together with a collective strength and determination to lead the fight against lung cancer and for lung health. So I'm not certain if there's a recipient here for that. If not, I know that we did have 2 individuals that came to the last meeting about this particular subject, which is extremely important, and an awareness. All right, the next one that we have the recognition to the winners of the art drawing contest that was held during the Arbor Day Fair. So at this point, you know what? You know what? Is anyone still here? The Mark Daniels, we have the certificates that we forgot to give. We'll have to follow up on that. All right. First one that we have, and I'll read what they said, the City Council congratulates you for winning the art drawing contest that was selected at the Arbor Day celebration, and thank you for your hard work and dedication and for the favorable recognition you bring to your school and our community. So the first recipient that we have is Gerardo Martinez. Is he here? Come on up to the dais if he is here. Jaheda Neri? Jaheda? Jahida, is she here? Oh, okay, here she is. Come on up, Jahida. How do you say this thing? Okay, Hang Lu. I'm not certain if I pronounce it. Hank Lu, come on up here. Okay, Aubrey Ariola. Oh, yeah, here, give this to him. Go ahead. Shelly Martinez. Fernando Rodriguez. Sofia Alvaro. Okay, no. Come on up. Isabel Torres Uribe. Okay, I think we have just about everyone. Yes. Oh, yeah, let's come up here, right over here. Let's go on down. Okay, where's Isabel? Okay, who didn't win one? Okay, what is your name? Oh, Isabel. Remember the opera?
Let me put you guys in the function.
Okay, everyone ready? Here we go. 1 and 2 and one more. Thank you. Thank you very much.
About their art, so
Mayor, while we're waiting, let me go ahead and acknowledge some of the commissioners and elected officials who are with us this evening. I did see Margarita Vargas, who is with the Valley County Water District, Mariana Lake, Valley County Water District, Paul Hernandez, also with the Valley County Water District, and I saw some commissioners here with us this evening. David Muse with the Planning Commission, and Edwin Borges with the Planning Commission, and Natalie as well, Natalie Ibarra. So just wanted to acknowledge all of you guys. Thank you for all that you do in our community.
All right, thank you, Councilmember.
Also, just want to recognize
Yes.
Al.
Have
Al.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Alpha
Alex.
Mineras
Thank you.
from the Valley County Water.
All righty.
Gosh, I don't
Thank
see
you. All right, at this point, we're going to go ahead and have the check presentation by Waste Management for Clean Cart Challenge Recycle. So is Terry Muse presenting, or? Terry Muse, how you doing? Great. Yeah, why don't you come up here? Yes. Okay, don't tell me the number. Let me just guess. I'm just kidding. Why don't you share the program? We have Terry Muse. She's going to give us a presentation. Oh, awesome.
On behalf of Waste Management, I'm extremely honored to present the City of Baldwin Park with a $4,000 Keep America Beautiful Waste Management Think Green grant. And this is going to be used for the Clean Cart Challenge, which will be happening this summer. So every Friday, volunteers in the community will be going out and checking recycle carts to see if they are properly filled with recyclables that aren't contaminated, like there's no food or clothes or things that aren't recyclable in the recycle cart. So expect, if you live in Baldwin Park, one Friday during the summer, you will get a tag on your cart that either says, congratulations, you're a great recycler, or oops, maybe some things in there weren't recyclable. The whole goal is to increase recycling in Baldwin Park. So our goal is after this summer that we're going to bump up those recycling rates and really do a great job keeping Baldwin Park sustainable. So, and also if anybody wants to volunteer, we need volunteers for this project. It will probably be a lot of it will be high school students getting community service hours, but if there's any recycling champions out there, adults, middle school kids, anybody's interested, you can sign up at the Teen Center. They're taking sign-ups there. Thank you.
All righty. Where's David?
Your pictures?
I know, I'm always my photographer.
Last one. Thank you.
Okay, David Muse.
Okay, one more.
Commissioner Muse, hold on.
He wants to.
Second job.
Okay, thank you, David. Thank you, Terry.
you so
Appreciate that.
much.
Thank you very much.
Sorry about that.
Switch me that picture.
Thank you. Okay.
As Terry's walking down there, I just would like to thank Waste Management for all the programs that they have partnered with us and all the service that they do for our community. Thank you, Terry, and make sure that you pass on our thanks to the office. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, at this point, we are now opening up the public communication. Anyone wishing to speak, please come up. You have approximately 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, and audience. My name is Alfonso Contreras, resident of Baldwin Park. The reason that I'm here, I'm representing Valley County Water District. Saturday, May 31st, we're going to be holding our water awareness at the Clinton-Nixon facility from 10 a.m. to 1 o'clock. So we're inviting the council, the public, to please come and join us. We're going to have tours, free giveaways, and the grand prize that was donated from the Upper San Gabriel Valley Municipal Water District is a high-efficiency washing machine. Winner does not need to be present. So letting you know that we're trying to let the community know what's going on in our area, the water, the need of our water, that what we need to do to conserve water. We're going to have different stations that people can go out there and talk to the individual employees, learn more about water, how to conserve, what type of plants you should be planting. In case you have any type of water issues or water concerns, Valley County Water will be holding this water awareness. So I'm here actually representing not only myself, but also as one of the council members mentioned, the other board directors for our Valley County Water. On another note, it's very important that everyone gets involved because as of today, our key well in the San Gabriel Valley is 191,000 acre feet of water. It's 2 feet higher than the lowest ever recorded, which was recorded in 2009. We're going to be okay this year because we did a lot of preservation and everything else. But again, we still have about the whole hot summer going before us. So the odds are we are going to be breaking a record we really don't want to break. But unfortunately, we need everyone's support to conserve every possible way that they can. So with that, our general manager had another commitment. Unfortunately, she cannot make this presentation. So I was the chosen one. But on another hat that I wear is also founder and vice president of our Sister City Association. We're going to have our visitors coming in June the 11th. We're going to be hosting them at that first council meeting. I will give you the details, and we would love for you guys to join us, at least if nothing else, as we call it, the despedida. And that will be held right here at the Arts Center on Sunday evening. Yeah, it's Father's Day, but the way it's worked out, it looks like most of our committee members, we may not celebrate Father's Day with our family because we're committed to what we're doing. So I will give you posted, and hopefully you guys can support us financially, or at least by joining and meeting our people from Tasco Guerrero. So thank you very much. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Good evening, everyone.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, City Council. There's a garage coming off of Fraser off-ramp. We need that garage cleaned up. It looks pretty bad when you come off the freeway. I mentioned it to Senora Baca over here. We need it to look present, you know. I mean, people come off the freeway, that's the first thing they see, and it don't look very good. So I think the City Council's got to get together, however, and have this person or gentleman, whoever owns the business, clean it up. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, moving along.
Luna, 3 minutes.
Hello, my name's Julian Casas. As of today, I'm the former head boxing coach of the Baldwin Park boxing program. This comes about almost 2 weeks after a BS investigation was launched, because I spoke the day before at a council meeting bringing up important issues from employee wages to a number of things that from my lawsuits against the city, because they don't want to do the right thing. Pretty disturbing, it was pretty stressful, but I'm not sure what you thought you were doing by launching this BS investigation, which I think all my boxers, all the people that I trained over these years, I think they could testify to that. And it's been, it was actually 17 years. It was 14 years over a span of 17 years. But getting back to what happened was, I don't know. I mean, I'm a little lost for words right now, but I don't know if you thought maybe I'd go away, but all this does is give me confidence. This allows me to you unleash me, and I'm not going to give up on the youth. I don't think you realize what that boxing program really does. But we build leaders, and the kids. Yeah, there's little kids that train there, but a lot of the other kids. If Lyle, you here? Over here. Here's Lyle Ibarra. This is one of my youth boxers. Don't talk, because I don't want you to use up your 3 minutes. He may look like a kid to you, but this is your next leader, and he's a voter, and he's a young man. Okay, so I don't know what you guys thought you were doing. You're trying to hurt our boxing club. I should hope you don't try to dismantle it now that I'm gone, and I hope that you actually invest in your youth, not like invest in a little sprinkler water system or something like that gets old in 3 years and you have to replace it and pump in more money. I hope that you actually put some money where your mouth is and invest in your youth like it used to, like back when the boys club used to run the Parks and Rec. I do have a lot to say, but I don't have enough time right now. And you know what? I didn't prepare a speech. But, yeah, so if you can't do the right thing, then we'll have to vote and get some new people in there that will do the right thing. So inaction is no action as well. So, yeah. Good day.
Communication. Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor
Good evening.
Lozano,
Hello.
council members. I want to introduce myself. My name is Nicole Delgado. I'm the representative for Assembly Member Roger Hernandez, and I would just I'll be working very well with you in the city of Baldwin Park. So look forward to talking with you more.
Thank you. Thank you very much for being here.
Good evening, Mayor Lozano, honorable council members. My name is Rafael Gonzalez. I'm the library manager of the Baldwin Park Library. Even though the Baldwin Park Library is not open yet, we are gearing up for programs this summer. Thank you, City Council. Thank you, Mayor. And especially thank you, Manny Carrillo, and your staff for the wonderful generosity of loaning us rooms there that we can host our programs. One of the programs that we're going to be having, and I really want to encourage you, Mayor Lozano, council members, city staff, if any of you could come, it's going to be in 2 Saturdays. It'll be May 31st, and we're going to have Mariachi Magic with Rafael and Katia. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to see this program, but they are spectacular. And this is a program filled with magic and music and comedy. It's really, really fun. So I hope that the families here at Baldwin Park have a chance to go there. And we are providing publicity. And I also want to thank the city for providing publicity in your website. I have some flyers here that I wanted to share, if I can do that. One of the other things that we're doing is we're going to be launching the summer reading program. And again, we don't have a library yet. The library is scheduled to reopen after refurbishment in August 2014. And so we're really, really anxious. Our staff is ready to come back to the library. We're going to be kicking off the summer reading program, and it's going to be on June 11th. We're going to start signing up children for the program. And this is a program that encourages children to read during the summer months, especially when they're not in school. We're going to provide special programs. We'll be having 8 programs this year, and some of those programs are going to be paid for by the Friends of the Baldwin Park Library. So we really appreciate the support that they give the library and the community. We're going to kick it off with another magic show, and it's going to be magician John Abrams, and it's going to be on June 11th. And as I said, we're going to sign up children, and basically we encourage children to read at least 16 hours. This is part of the program. And we're going to be providing incentives and motivate them, to read. And so we've had over 600 members in previous years, and we hope that we can do the same. And again, we recognize that the library is not open yet, but we thank you, Mayor Lozano and City Council members, and especially Manny Carrillo. And some of those programs are going to be, in the community center, of course, and they're all going to be on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. So we really want to encourage you to come out, especially the June 11th program when we're going to launch the summer reading program. If you, Mayor Lozano, or maybe, you're all welcome to come, of course, any council member that you can help us kind of cut the ribbon, sort of. Again, we want to encourage the community.
Excuse me, Mr. Gonzalez, your time's up.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll
Thank
be there.
you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. All right, moving along. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Eric Garcia. I'm a 19-year-old Baldwin Park resident. I'm also a boxer from the Baldwin Park Boxing Club. And first of all, I want to thank Julian for everything he's done for us. And he's had over 17 years of experience within our boxing club. He's been working officially for 14 years, and then within those 14 years, he only got a 30% raise, which is incredible. I still can't believe it, but I also value him much more because even though he didn't get paid much, he still came for us every day, and he was still there for us. I also want to thank Paul because both of them helped me get through my first year of college, which I was kind of clueless. I don't know what I was doing, and they're sort of my mentors and helped me get through this. But I also want to give light to something else that earlier this year or last year, our boxing club tried to get you guys tried to take our boxing club from us, and along with all the other boxers, we had to come to several city council meetings to fight back and get our boxing club back. But up until now, we had done very good. We were progressing. We were getting some of the things we wanted. Before we only had 3 days a week. Now we have 5 days a week, 6 days a week. I'm sorry, and we got new equipment. However, it looks like you guys still wanted to get rid of us because, first of all, you guys terminated Julian, which he didn't do anything wrong. You guys just made something up to get rid of him. But that comes as no surprise because you guys are thinking of anything to get rid of us. And the reason why that's significant is not that you're hurting Julian, it's that you're hurting the youth of our community. Over the past year, we have seen our city programs and city youth programs become diminished, and you guys come up here and talk about how you guys are doing everything for the youth, but I don't really see it. If you guys are cutting our youth programs, I mean, to be honest, this is all theater. You guys are cutting off our programs, and you guys are really hurting our kids. And you guys also installed this new guy, Mike Solis, which he doesn't really know what he's doing. To be honest, I think it's just hit and miss with him. He wants to cut us down to 3 days a week, so each person that comes, he only gets to come 3 days a week. You have to pick, which is you guys are just trying to privatize, and you guys are trying to take away our that's what you guys are trying to do, to take away our boxing club. He also wants to require all boxers to have a minimum 2.5 GPA. But what's the original reason of having these programs? The original reason of having this program is to keep the youth off the streets. It doesn't matter the GPA. They should all be accepted. It doesn't matter the GPA. The whole point is to be away from bad influences. But you guys are keeping that by installing these other things that you want these kids to have. But I mean,
Good evening. My name is Bruce Shuri, the owner of Eastern Keystone. I take this opportunity in regard to the 43-bed facility. Wanted to discuss it with you. Number one, I wanted to clear that our request from the City Council is in regard to 43 beds, and once you make a decision, if it was no, then on 28 bed, just to clear the record. And I just wanted you to reconsider the staff report. Our request meets the city planning code on special lots with large scale footage and frontage. We do meet it. We have purchased the property for its property rights, not for its land. And we are asking accommodation under the Rights of Residential Care Fair Housing Act, which in it makes it a discrimination is defined to include refusal to make a reasonable accommodation in practices of the city to afford such person equal opportunity to use and enjoy dwelling for the elderly. And number three is we are asking due process and equal protection clause of United States, and because we see violations, there are samples of violations, we saw opposition, met the honorable mayor and presented that we have asbestos roofing and what happened to the asbestos roofing. And we didn't have the opportunity to rebut the evidence at that time, and that's a violation there. Because basically we don't even have asbestos roofing. We have clay roofing, and you can visibly easily see that. And these are the gimmicks that they play against us. The other issue is we are asking for equal protection of law, and that's because there is a 28-bed facility like a quarter of a mile or 200 foot. Well, quarter of a mile from my property, and it's bedridden facility, and it's 28 bed. And how come you are excluding me from that right? And the other issues is in terms of conforming issues, our use for 43 bed is less conforming with its original existing rights. So it should be adaptable to city's decision in that. And one issue thing is, if you want to go litigation will cost both parties. And we've been there for 7 years. We're going to be for another 7 years. We're going to be fighting, and the money that you're going to be spending, taxpayers' money, that I see even $4,000 is important to the city. You're going to be spending minimum 50 grand fighting with us and with the landowner, which already have contributed maybe $500,000 property taxes.
Excuse me, your time's up.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much. All right, thank you. Good evening.
Hi, my name's Lau Ibarra. I just want to say, all the time I come up here and speak, I'm always a little nervous, but I always come up here to back up my program, especially Julian Casas. I feel like it was unfair what you guys did, firing him. I mean, he's not even making a lot of money. He's helping out a lot of kids, me especially. I feel like if I didn't join boxing, I probably would have went a different route. And I'm always here to support him. I just feel like that was a bad thing you guys did. Like, he's always there helping the kids, encouraging them, and motivating them, letting them know that he's someone that, I don't know, it upsets me a lot. And right now I go to Citrus College. I have 6 brothers, and I'm the first out of all my 6. And I'm the first one that graduated also. And I feel like the boxing program helped me a lot. Kept my head straight. Especially Julian, I was a little lost, and he helped me a lot. And I just feel like that was wrong what you guys did.
All right, thank you. Good evening.
Hello, Mayor. Hello, Council people. My name's Luis Ibarra. That was my son. Like he said, I have 6 boys. You know, when we lived here, we were harassed by gangs. My kids, they were little kids being harassed. They couldn't even walk to Jack in the Box on their own to get a hamburger and such without being really harassed. I'm talking about something that you guys couldn't have dealt with, or no police officer would have been able to deal with, okay? I'm talking about guns put to your head, 13-year-olds. One day I took them to the boxing gym, okay, just so they could play, just so they can have some fun. They seen the gym. They asked me and my wife, they begged us to put them in the gym. And it wasn't so they could be bullies. It was so they could, I think they felt they needed to be, something to, so they can back each other up, okay? So they can just have some kind of ways to defend themselves. Because of this trainer and the few other trainers that have helped them along the way, they learned how to box, okay? They boxed for 3-4 years. Not one of my sons have ever been arrested. Not one of my sons got in trouble, or I haven't got a call from the school that they got in trouble, okay? So to me, this gym's very important. These trainers are very important. Julian's very important. I'm really, really upset. I can't believe that you guys would let him go, and on top of that, pay him what you guys are paying them. And the raises that you give them. 40-cent raise? Come on. We get $2 raises a year where I work. Okay, and I just put up light bulbs, okay? I just do little knick-knack things. And these guys are someone to look up to. Julian's been there for my kids, Mayor. He's been there for my kids. Okay, Chief, Julian, these guys have taken him to go eat breakfast, to go run. They bought him shoes. They bought him things that I couldn't afford to do. Okay? They've done a lot of things, and this ain't right. Just like my son said, it ain't right. You guys got to think twice about this, okay? These guys are doing something really big for us and the kids. You guys don't know how we live and how we get by in life. This, maybe some people will say, hey, boxing is a little tough sport, this and that, but none of my kids are bullies. None of my kids have gotten in trouble with the law or done anything to other kids, okay? Because they show them discipline, they show them respect. I think if you guys shut this program down, it would be a wrong thing for you guys to do. And doing this to Julian is something incredible. Can't believe it. I'm really upset. I met you, Mayor.
Yes.
And I know you and Monica.
I'm sorry,
Garcia.
Mayor, his time's up.
Our time's up, yes, and I do recall. Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Cecilia Perez, and I'm a new tenant in Baldwin Park. But I've been going through a very distressed situation at my unit because there is a very strong retaliation with the complex. I'm being evicted at the moment due to the fact that I have complained about something toxic being in the apartment, and nothing has been done. My health is deteriorating. I have documentation to prove it. My doctor has put a call into the toxology department. I am being put out in the street. I have been at this apartment since September of last year, which is about 6 months. Okay, the living of the unit is distressed. The management is horrible, and they are retaliating against me for me asking for them to repair unit. The fumes in that apartment are affecting my health. Now they're affecting my husband. And as you see, I have a 5-year-old. My 5-year-old has a condition, a blood disorder. Every night, I have to take my daughter to my son's apartment so she can sleep, and she is brought to the unit so I can prep her to go to school. This is every day for the past 4 months, ever since I started feeling sick. I've addressed this to my management company. I've addressed it to the manager in written, orally. Nothing has been done. This is a mercy plea. I need your help to do something because of retaliation for this management towards us, the tenants, and I have one of my tenants here, but unfortunately, I can't get help from the other tenants because they're afraid. They're afraid of being evicted like I am for coming out and speaking. So I need your help in any form, shape, or manner so I can get this resolved. I am literally on the street because I want things done. My unit is at 4046 Puente Avenue, and I don't know where else to go. I don't know what else to do. The eviction, I am fighting, but on top of the eviction is our health. So I believe you as council members of the city of Baldwin Park need to hear this voiced out so you can do something. This is not something sanitary. It's not something visual, but there is something in that unit. We cannot sleep with windows closed. I have a fan in every window. My door is open at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's open all day if I'm there. If you sleep one night in my unit with the windows closed, you wake up like I do, feeling dizzy, distorted, and there's something wrong. Nobody is hearing me, so please, please, listen to what I'm telling you, because I fear for my life, my husband.
Sorry, Mayor,
and
her
my
time's up.
daughters.
All right, okay, thank you. I'm going to have Captain, if you could speak to her and then maybe refer code enforcement over to that area. And also Susie Ruelas for the housing department. Renters have rights, and the county has an excellent program as well. So, all right, thank you. Go ahead.
Speech impediment. My name is Enrique Lozano, and I live in the same unit she does.
Uh-huh.
And the thing is, with the electrical, I went to school for 4 years for electrical. I couldn't get a job with electrical because of my back, though. But I know the ins and outs of the electrical. And they have people going there to the apartments that are doing the electrical work that are not certified C9 or anything kind of certification. The manager brought a man into the apartment, and he said he's into electrical. And I asked him, "Are you certified?" When he brought it out, yeah, he is. And he said, "No, I'm not. And when you get doing electrical work here, because you're supposed to be at least a C9 certification in order to work in electrical and residential electrical, and they don't have it." And because the way I talk and stuff like that, they think I'm retarded. Well, you know, I might be retarded, but I'm not stupid. You know, far from stupid. And if I would go on and tell you here all the stuff that the management been there since I've been here, we'd be here 2 weeks. I'd be here the way, especially the way I talk. We'd be here at least 2 weeks. I'd be telling you. This is just for me too. I was evicted. As a matter of fact, we went there with God, Christ extended hand, Pastor Jackson's home church, and yeah, we were evicted because Monique, because she has a thing of 14 signatures also, and for other residents to have other residents moved out, but no one, you guys don't see that. And then supposedly Nancy from your building and safety went down there, and they didn't notice that the mold that was painted over in Joey's apartment, I'm not sure what part it is, but they painted over the mold. Instead of taking it off, they painted over it. I mean, it's just straight slumlord. I don't know, get lower than that. You know, and here you have the lady with a child, also has mold in her apartment, and they even went down there, and the fire department or somebody went down there and checked her drain. They had toxins coming out of there. They told them to get a professional plumber. They never got nobody. They tell you, they give you an eviction, tell you to leave. Well, you know, I didn't evict, I didn't leave. And back to the day when the sheriff said I had to leave, because 2 weeks before the eviction was supposed to happen, she towed my car. She had my tire code. Cost me $800 to get that thing out of the impound. And yeah, it might be miserable to you, Mayor. You know, it's miserable to me too, though. You know, you can grind your hair all you want. And, you know, you think it's enough farce or whatever. Think however you want. You know. You know, it's funny how you sit there and do something like that, and you know, people read you, but that's the way it is. You know, that's the way you and your council are. Then, you know, I guess nothing's going to be done with the community other than what you want.
All right, thank you. So, Captain, we could follow through with that with him. He's also part of the actual complex the previous person discussed. All right, thank you. Good evening.
Good afternoon. My name is Rene Huerta. I'm a former member of the boxing club. I've known Julian for about 14 years. He's been my coach. He helped me a lot on my time when I was growing up. Okay, I've never been arrested. I've never been in jail. When I was in my teens, we all have that mentality. He helped me a lot. Okay, him, Chief, all the coaches. I didn't know how much money he was making. All right, and out of that miserable salary, I've seen him buying wraps, hand wraps. I've seen him buying mouthpieces for the kids that they have no money. And I've seen them buying even hamburgers for the kids when they're hungry, all right? This is the worst case of retaliation I've ever seen. Carrillo, I'm talking. Please, look at me.
Excuse me, you went to address me. Thank you.
I'm addressing everybody,
all right.
okay? Because all this affects him, and affects us, and affects all the kids here in the boxing club, okay? And I feel like this is the worst case of retaliation against an employee because he speaks up. Okay, and he's defending the case. If you really care about the youth of Baldwin Park, you should put him back on his give him back his job. All the kids need him. I'm not in the gym no more, all right? I don't live here, but he's my friend, and he helped me a lot. And one of my dreams was to bring my daughter here so she can learn. She can learn from him. And not only learn boxing, but the principles of life, all right? Honor, respect. I'm getting a little upset right now. My words are not coming out the way I want them, okay? But what you're doing right now, and you guys, you know it's wrong. The excuse that you gave him to fire him, it's wrong. He's helping kids. All he's doing, all the time. It's not stealing. It's not laundering money. It's not doing anything else. Just helping kids. Fire him for that? Come on. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Abel Vasquez. I'm here with the boxing program. And I just don't, personally, I don't think it's right that you guys fired him just because he helps out kids. That's pretty much all he does. He doesn't do anything bad. He doesn't, mistreat anybody. Everybody's equal, too. trains us all like if we were all the same. And I just don't think it's fair that you guys fire him, especially with the money that he was making. He should have at least been paid more, or like actually found a reason why to fire him. But it's just that the boxing program, it helps out a lot. I recently went to a field trip to UCLA, and I asked if there was boxing, and they said that, yeah, there might be a boxing club at UCLA. So hearing that, I actually thought again about my grades. I have like F's right now in my class, and I want to go to UCLA. So the next day I went back to the school and enrolled in the summer school program to see if I can get 15 of my credits back, just so that the next 3 years I'd be at the top of my class trying to get into that school, just so that I can be boxing. And that's all I want to do. And I don't have anybody to coach me, so if I do end up getting the grades, how am I supposed to be in the boxing if I don't have a trainer? I spend 3 years training, but not actually like with the coach. Pretty much won't learn anything except for what I do in sparring. It's just not fair. You guys should really give him his job back. He deserves it.
Thank you.
My name is Gordon Allen. I've been a member of the boxing club for 8 years, and today's a day filled with emotions. First and foremost, I'm sad for Julian because he lost his job. I'm sad for the kids who don't have a coach like Julian around anymore, and I think it's fairly obvious how much he means to the kids. I'm disappointed for myself because Julian's been my coach for all the 8 years that I've been there. I've learned a lot from Julian being my coach. He's my friend. He came to my wedding this past September. And I think the heart of the matter is that we want answers. The termination letter didn't give any answers. It said that Julian had minors present outside of work. And I've seen it. I've seen that. I've seen Julian walk across the street to King Taco with 5 or 6 kids, and then he pays for dinner. So I guess Julian got fired for buying kids dinner. At least that's all I can gather from it. And if that's what the case is, then you all should be ashamed.
Hi, Paul Cook here. Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, this is a dark day in Baldwin Park. I'm so glad so many police officers are here so they could hear what happened and what could happen to them. Julian spoke up at the last council meeting, and it's really the council's that members are upset at me because I pointed out that Manny Carrillo right there has been laundering money through the BPCCC, the nonprofit corporation. He's been buying tens of thousands of dollars in gift cards, laundering money. We pointed it out. We also pointed out that Manny Carrillo got a $40,000 raise in 1 year, and he gave Julian Casas a 40-cent raise an hour in a year. We pointed that stuff out, and the next day Julian got suspended pending an investigation saying that his behavior was incompatible with an employee of Baldwin Park. I've pressed on for reasons. Pressed, and I've got nothing. You want to know how bad those people are up at the dice? I want all the police officers to hear. They tried to get him into an interview without his attorney. They said he doesn't need an attorney. They coerced him to sign a paper without his attorney. When we were at the meeting with Albright, a partner at the law firm. The city has spent over $10,000 or more, and they could have used that money just to give him a raise, and he would have been out of here. You know what they did instead? They tried to coerce a confession out of him by putting words in his mouth and saying, "Oh, isn't it true, Mr. Costas, that you said blah, 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 blah?" And I said, "He said no such thing. You guys are making all this stuff up." So today I got the news that he was fired. But before I got the news that he was fired, I've done one great thing. I reported you to the FBI. I reported you and this city to the FBI for your money laundering scam and your tax evasion fraud that I have caught you in. So it doesn't matter. You could put a bullet through my head. You could put a bullet through Julian's head. You can lock me up. You can lock him up. But the movement has started, and I am proud of my kids. I am proud of this boxing program because we have stood up here and we have fought for our program. Despite what you guys want. You guys were not there when my kid got into a drug addiction. You weren't there when my other kid did really well in the SATs, and then he became an alcoholic. But Julian was there. You weren't there, but Julian was there. We were there. And then you want to know, police officers, this is what they do next. They say, do we have a homosexual relationship? Then they say, have you touched any kids? This is what they try to do. This is how awful they are. For a 40-cent raise, you fired someone that makes $8.80 an hour that takes care of kids. He probably spends all his money on the kids. This is what you do. It's unbelievable, but I have hope. It's okay that you fired him because I know that suffering produces character, hope, and hope doesn't disappoint us. And I know that that's from Romans. That's from the scriptures. I know Julian will grow stronger from this day. I know my kids, even if you get rid of us, will stand up against you for all the evil that you've done. I know that that's true. And I stand here to testify that that is true today. And I'm proud of my kids. I believe one day they can go see the cliffs of Italy like I've seen. Maybe they can go dive in Australia like I've dove. That they could be trained by the best scientists in the world like I've been trained. But it's not because of people like you. It's because of people like Julian and me who spend time with them, who give ourselves to them. And you guys retaliate and fire him? You should be so ashamed of yourself. You should be so ashamed that you trump up charges. I want all the police officers to know, because they're employees, that these people could do this to you. They can. And they have. And they will. But we're not going to stop coming up here and telling you the truth. This is the truth. This is the truth because we love the kids and we care about them. And we want you to know that too. And we're not going to stop. It's not going to stop Julian. It's not going to stop me. And we're going to keep going. And I'll call. Annoyance is not a crime under the law. I'll call the FBI every week until they investigate this city. And put him in jail. Because you deserve it. You've earned it, you've merited it, and you've stolen enough money from this city that it's unbelievable and incredible. And I want the whole world to know. Because you took from our program. No one's standing up here to defend you. Look at all the people that have come up here to defend him. Everybody in this audience knows what the truth is. Everybody in this audience knows what the truth is. And we have started a movement because it's already started. And no one's afraid of you anymore. And I hope the employees back here that are the police officers will not be afraid of you anymore. That is my hope for this city.
Your time's up.
All right. Okay, move along. Hey, David Muse, come on up.
Oh, they leave. I'm sorry. First of all, Manny Carrillo. I came up here to say thank you. Thank you for a great job in what you've done in this community. The children of this community also thank you for all the programs in which you put together through the community center, through the little leagues, through the football programs. Everything in which you've touched has helped the community and the children of the community. So I know there's thousands of people who support you. Always remember that there are people behind you. So thank you.
All righty, moving along with public communication. Okay, seeing no further interest, I now declare the public communication closed. Real quick, just want to acknowledge about the boxing program itself. There was never any intentions of removing the actual program itself. There were reductions, and the actual hours. And of course, every city throughout the state of California have major reductions because the recession literally hit us extremely hard. So, and again, the unfortunate thing that any person could come up here and just make up a story, and you're protected by the Constitution. We cannot do anything whatsoever. And the unfortunate thing, this is what occurs here. Hopefully some of these individuals will do the research and look at what is transpiring and what is the actual item that was being discussed here, because it gets convoluted because there's a person that leads it, and that's all there's to it. And Manny Carrillo, yes, hundreds and thousands of residents admire you and like you because you've done a tremendous job here in the city of Baldwin Park. And we do our best for all the young, all the youth in the city of Baldwin Park. And again, to remember, there's 75,000 residents in the city of Baldwin Park, and that's not being represented here in this city council as well. So I just want to note that for everyone so that you are aware again. And it's unfortunate they could keep coming every week and fabricating every story they want. And again, the Constitution protects them and allows them that opportunity. So I'll end on that note. All right, at this point, we're going to go ahead and go into the consent calendar. We have items 1 through 5. Council members wishing to pull?
Mayor?
Oh, yeah, plus 6. That's right, I forgot.
Mayor?
Yes, Councilmember Kuzbaka?
I would like to pull item number 5 for further review. Did you, oh, no, that's okay. I thought, I would like to review it a little further. According to the agenda, we're about to buy some new vehicles for our police department, and so I would really like to research this a little further.
Which one? Hold on.
Item
you
number
want
5?
item number 4, right? Is that
Oh,
what-
5.
Okay, all righty.
Item number 5, if you please, for further review until further notice.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, number 4 by Councilmember Susan, right? Susan. Okay, Susan. All righty. Any other? If not, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and move to approve consent calendar with the exception of item 4 and 5.
Items 1 through 6. 1 through 6.
1 through 6, excuse me.
Except for 4 and 5. 1, 2.
Yeah, with the exception, 1.
2, 3, and 6.
Yes, that's correct. So at this point, that's my motion. Yes, 6 is also part of it?
Yeah.
I'll second.
All right,
So
so
it's
the
1,
second,
2
any objections?
It's 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
and
so it's
6?
1, 2, 3, and 6, that we're moving the motion. It's been, I went ahead and moved into second by Cruz Baca. Any objections? Seeing none, so move. First one will go, Councilmember Susan Rubio, which is authorized purchase of police vehicles. Thank you, Councilman.
Thank you, Mayor. Just really quickly, I just wanted to pull the item because I see there's going to be a purchase of $220,506.80. So I just want to clarify for the public knowledge that this is not going to have an impact on our general fund. I wanted to clarify that that is coming from asset forfeiture, which is funds set aside to support the police department. So once again, there is no impact to our general fund, and it is being paid for by police funds. Thank you. And with that, I'll make a motion to approve.
All right. This
I'll
one-
second.
Any objections? Seeing none, so move. Item number 5, Councilmember Cruz Baca, authorized purchase of oil bypass filtration system.
I would like to review this a little further.
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to look and to sort of research. I would like to be brought forward to another time, if you
All right.
please.
That's your motion?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'll second. Any objections? So move. All right, thank you. This one, real quick, let me just read off this because we're required by law to announce, as required by Government Code Section 54954.3, members of the City Council are also members of the Board of Directors of the Housing Authority and Finance Authority, which are concurrently convening with the City Council this evening, and each council member is paid an additional stipend of $30 for attending the Housing Authority meeting and $50 for attending the Finance Authority. So that's a notation there. All right, at this point, we're going to go ahead and pull item 15. Is that what we're going to do in the next one? All right, so let me, council members, we're going to bring up item number 15, which is the housing element progress report 2013 by Amy Harbin. Good evening, Amy.
Thank you. Honorable Mayor, council members, members of the audience. This item that is before you is a request to approve the city's housing element progress report for 2013. In a nutshell, what this progress report does is it identifies the building permits that have been issued on an affordability basis for 2013, the number of units that have been rehabilitated or acquired based on affordability, the cumulative process that we have done towards construction of units pursuant to the city's RHNA or regional housing needs, and then also a status of each program that's contained in the housing element. Now that the city is on an 8-year housing element cycle, yay, we're required to submit a progress report each year to the State Department of Housing and Community Development each spring. So at this time, staff is requesting that the mayor open the public hearing, receive any public comment, close the public hearing, receive and file this housing element progress report for 2013 so I can send it up to HCD. And this concludes staff's presentation.
All righty. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and open up the public hearing regarding the housing element progress report. So at this point, I will take all those that are in favor. See no interest, I now will go ahead and go over to those that are opposed. All right, seeing no interest, I now declare the public hearing closed. At this point, we'll come back to the housing element progress report. I'll go ahead and make a motion to pass the housing element progress report 2013 to for receive and file. That's my motion.
I'll second.
I'll second the objection. See none, so move. All right, we'll go ahead and go back to item number 7. Item number 7 under reports of officers, the adoption of resolution 2013-041 denying a request for the conditional use permit for a 27-bed adult residential care facility within the R1 single-family residential zone, location 3562-3572 Baldwin Avenue. Applicant Joe Lopez, representing Eastern Keystone, Inc., case number CP801. So this one was brought back to us. Okay, all right. So just want to let all the council members that I went through the actual report, which was extremely thorough, and I want to thank you, Amy, for that. And the recommendations, of course, and this has been ongoing for quite some time. I at this point, will make recommendation of denial of this particular project on Violin, unless other council members have any questions to do so. And then, of course, looking at the traffic study that was conducted in this actual report, it would definitely increase it by a major amount. So, and I just can't, support something that is going to impact that particular residential area as well. So I just want to thank those that put this report together. So at this point, unless anyone has any questions, I'm going to go ahead and
Mayor, just real quickly, I also want to thank Amy. It was a really big report and very thorough, so thank you. All the information was very clear, and that helped make our recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and item number 7, adoption of the resolution 2013-041 denying a request for a conditional use permit for a 27-bed adult residential care facility within the R1 single-family residential zone, location 3562-3572 Baldwin Avenue. Applicant Joe Lopez, representing Eastern Keystone, Inc., case number CP801. And that is my motion. Okay, there's a second by Vice Mayor Ricardo Pacheco. Any objections? Seeing none, so move. It has been denied. All righty. At this point, we'll go over to item number 8, which is the overnight ordinance. So who's handling it? Oh, legal counsel.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is just the first reading of this overnight parking ordinance because we amended it based on the direction from council to better explain what type of vehicles are prohibited by this ordinance. So we amended that to include some further definitions, and this will be your first reading.
All righty. Okay.
Mayor,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I have a question in regards to, of course, I looked at the staff report and everything. My concern is the expense of the new signs. Would it be possible for us to start with the main streets, which is Baldwin Park Boulevard and Ramona, and see how that works, and then move on to some of the other smaller streets to sort of save the expense of the new signage?
Mr. Wong.
Oh, sorry, looking at the wrong person.
That's okay. We wouldn't need to post every single street in the city. We would only have to post streets that lead into the city. And so, done a rough calculation, it's around $3,000 worth of signs.
Okay. Thank you.
You know, and it's also on item 8, you could see all the
Yes.
different signage, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so at this point, that's the only question that we're just going to receive and file? Or is it motion? The first reading, okay.
First reading, yeah.
All righty. Okay, so,
Mayor, before we continue, I just had a quick question on the time. The time is from 2 a.m. to 6. I'm sorry, is it 2 a.m. to 6 p.m.? Is there any way we could move that time around, or is that set by state law, or how does
Yes,
that
you
work?
can amend this resolution to whatever time you would like.
So that there's no time restrictions with the state or anything. It's pretty much. So what time do we have it set for now?
Right now, the way the reso reads, it's from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Can we move it from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m.?
Sure.
Is that acceptable to council?
you know what, I personally think that makes sense because a lot of those vehicles are
Right,
there.
they may
Yes.
be there a little longer.
Mr. Foyer.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes.
if we do, and Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
if we do amend that, we would need to amend it and bring it back for a first reading.
You want to do that? I guess we'll go ahead and go on the recommendation of the Vice Mayor. We'll go ahead and bring it back, amend it, and then we'll, at that
Yeah,
point.
just bring it back again. I mean,
Okay.
we got to do it, I think, the
Right.
right way.
And so you would like it amended to 11 p.m. to 6 a.m.?
Well, you know what, since we're doing it, make it 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
We okay with that?
That may be too early,
Did you
no?
No,
I mean,
I think 11.
yeah, I think we better.
11, yes, 11 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Okay. Well, understand that there's a lot of businesses taking advantage of our street parking ordinance. They're putting their vehicles out there
Yeah.
with really ugly spray painted phone numbers and that's an annoyance to the community. And I think that the earlier we start, because they'll park them out there all day. And I just think to discourage that, we just start at an earlier time.
Mr. Wall, if I can
Yes.
ask a question, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just want to hear your perspective. Is there anything that unforeseen circumstances if we push it earlier to 10 o'clock? Is there something that we may not be seeing from our perspective?
No, I didn't draft this ordinance. Mr. Tafoya did, but I believe there's a provision to allow if somebody's offloading or loading a vehicle, they're allowed under this ordinance. Am I not right about that?
That is correct.
And so it wouldn't have an impact upon businesses. It would only have an impact upon business vehicles parking on the street for storage purposes, basically.
Thank you.
All right. All right, so we'll bring it back. I think 10 o'clock may probably be best as well, primarily because of, people, okay?
10, all right,
I'll
10
agree.
to 6, bring
So,
it back again.
yeah, 10 to
Another
6.
reading. All right, thank you.
All righty. Okay, so that will be brought back. So we'll go over to item number 9, which is a proposed calendar for budget study session, hearing, and adoption. So at this point, are you handling that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We are at the time for next fiscal year's budget. And so I'm basically proposing right now June 10th and 11th for the initial budget study sessions. That is the second week in between, and then after that you can look at how much more time you want to study it. My hope is to have at least the general fund and internal service funds to you June 2nd, because in reviewing the municipal code it says there will be a public hearing and it will be the first council meeting in June. We will have a scheduled public hearing, but the recommendation, in fact, the notice will actually contain the language that it will be will open it, continue it to the 18th, so that people, and we'll re-advertise it too. So, but dealing with the municipal code at this point, until we can get that changed, have some more flexibility, we're going to go ahead and at least notice a public hearing, but our recommendations are to have the first two meetings the 10th and 11th of June. No, I'm open to whatever time the council is convenient. 6:30,
I have a
7?
question for you.
Yes.
You said that you're going to have that information for us on the 2nd, which is a Monday.
Yeah.
I guess in my head, I was trying to see if we can move it sooner so we can break it up instead of having 2 long days, maybe like a Tuesday of that week. But if it's too soon to get the information out to us.
It's going to be hard to get it, especially
Okay.
with
Yeah.
me wearing 2 hats the last couple of weeks.
That's fine. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you had
hopefully
enough
what I'm
time.
looking at is is that would give you at least a week to look at the initial documents. The thought is to break it up into a couple nights with different departments and segments, and then after that, if you want additional time, plus we'll be able to give you the restricted funds during that week too.
Perfect.
And then I've looked at the calendar. While our next meeting would then be the 18th, which would be technically the last week, the third weekend in June, there's also the week of the 25th, or there would be really no problem if we needed additional meetings, but the first Wednesday in July is July 2nd, which means we could adopt it July 2nd, and you really haven't adjusted the calendar, because
That makes sense. So then we're looking at then June
10th and 11th.
10th and 11th.
Initially, and then from there you can decide how much more time you need or what other questions we need to present to you.
So are we in agreement, 10 and 11? Everyone?
Sure.
What would be the best
Time?
time? 6 p.m.? And
let's do it early.
And you want it up in 307 or here?
Yes.
Up in 307.
You know what? Let's do it right here. I think
Okay.
it's this way we could stretch out.
Okay.
Our voices, that is.
And I promise I will not have a 2.5-hour PowerPoint.
Great. Fantastic.
And it will be very, very simplified.
All right, sounds good. So we'll move on. All right.
I don't need any instructions. We'll
Right.
just go ahead and
Okay, for the 10th.
We'll notice it with the city clerk, 6 o'clock on Tuesday, the 10th and the 11th.
All right, so we'll go now down to item number 10, which is the recommendation of auditing firm to provide professional auditing service for annual audit. So, Greg?
Yes.
Is that you?
Yes. That's me, and then Councilmember Baca and Councilmember Rubio and City Treasurer Contreras, they were part of the audit committee. We initially sent out an RFP. We eventually brought it down to 3 finalists, and they interviewed with the audit committee and staff and a community person, and out of that, the committee unanimously has recommended the firm of Brown and Armstrong, which is major offices in Bakersfield, but has other offices in Pasadena, Shasta, and Stockton. We have representatives. 2 of the representatives are both had other commitments, but we do have Thomas Young. Thomas, if you would stand up, who will be the review partner, and he has over 17 years of experience and also does major reviews for what is GFOA, which is a government finance organization. And then Alina Sanchez is going to be the senior auditor on site and will be supervising the day-to-day routine. And while it wasn't a major factor, an added bonus is one of the engagement team is a Baldwin Park native, Michelle Guzman. And while that wasn't the deciding factor, it's just kind of an added bonus. The original staff report, they had presented not to exceed to $80,000. We have since met with both Rosalva Flores and Connie Perez and gave them some additional information. And Brown and Armstrong have come back and lowered their not to exceed to $75,000, which over a 5-year period would be $375,000. That is actually, when you look at the fact their price includes the state controller's report, would be less than what we paid Vasquez the last 2 years. They had, it was the committee's feeling that they had by far the best presentation. It was the most detailed. They're giving us the most hours of engagement time of any of the firms we looked at. And I will say it was a unanimous choice. And if Chair Baca or Councilmember Rubio would like to add anything?
Well, I'll just add that, if I'm, correct me if I'm wrong, but they did have the less inexpensive per hour. They were the least expensive,
Yes,
so that's why we decided to go with
They have by far the most
them.
hours of engagement, and actually works out that they are about 20% less per hour for the hours they are willing to commit to the audit engagement, which will give us the flexibility that we need to look at a variety of issues that the committee's talked about and that we talked about with the other 2 partners.
All right, sounds good. What cities have they actually audited?
Well, they have done Pasadena, Modesto, Visalia, Tulare, Burlingame, Bakersfield, and I have known the director of finance for Pasadena for over 30 years, and Mr. Green would not have them doing the audit in Pasadena if he didn't have the most confidence in them.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you,
So
and
that is
welcome.
our recommendation. We would come back to you at the June 4th meeting with a final contract if you approve the recommendation tonight.
All right. So at this,
Mayor, if I may ask, I would like to see, I know that we had an auditing, we had a committee review them, but I would also like to see a presentation from the auditing firm so that we get familiar a little more with their background. We all couldn't be present for the committee that was there, but just so the other council members and myself get to see the auditing firm, because we are changing to a new firm. So if they could do a presentation at the next council meeting with their contract.
Okay.
Well, if I can just add, maybe we can have them come the day of the council meeting prior to the actual meeting.
In the study
yeah,
session?
in the study session.
We'll
they can
schedule
present.
a presentation for the 5:30 study session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All
Thank you
right.
very much. Welcome.
Thank you very much. So we don't need, do we need
Yeah,
a
we need a
motion?
motion.
All right, so at this point,
I'll make a motion.
all right, I'll second. Any objections? Seeing none, so move. All right, item 11, which is a review of planning commission applicants and consideration of appointments and/or reappointments to fill unscheduled vacancies. All righty. Hey, Juan. I haven't seen you in a long time. What's up, bud?
Can we start with the planning commission?
Yes, so, all right, so at this point,
I think the city clerk, I'm sorry, are you going to read them?
do you guys want to read them off? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, these are right here.
Okay, we're doing the planning commission first.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, staff recommends the city council review the submitted planning applications, take nominations, and adopt resolution 2014-13 entitled "A Resolution of the City Council of the City of Baldwin Park appointing individuals to the planning commissions of the City of Baldwin Park to office numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right now, the incumbents are Edwin Borges, Edith Flores, David L. Muse, and Natalie Ibarra. The new applicants are John De Leon, Anita Diaz, Mario Marcial Jr., Gilbert Padilla, Diana Robles, Alexandra Sainz, Joanna Valenzuela, Rita Vasquez, Eric Venegas, and Ken Woods.
I'd like to nominate Ken Woods.
I'd like to nominate Joanna Valenzuela for office number 1. Is that Ken Woods in office number 2?
Yes.
Okay.
And then Mario Maciel Jr. in office number 3.
I'd like to nominate Gilbert Padilla in office number 4.
And David Muse.
In office 5, okay.
So can you repeat?
Okay, for 1, Joanna Valenzuela was nominated. Mr. Woods for office 2. Mario Marcial for office 3. Gilbert or Nabor Padilla for office 1, 2, 3, 4. And David Muse for office 5.
I'll second that.
All right, we'll go on to the next ones. The Housing Commission. Oh, there's a motion. There's a second?
Second.
Second. Any objections? See none, so move. All right, Housing Commission. Sorry about that.
Okay, I'd like to,
Okay, did
oh,
you
I'm
want
sorry.
to read it?
Go ahead and read them.
The housing? Okay, the Housing Commission. Staff
Florida.
recommends City Council review all commissions, applications, take nominations, and adopt resolution number 2014-014 entitled "A Resolution of the City of Baldwin Park appointing individuals to the Housing Commissions of the City of Baldwin Park, Office 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The incumbents are Eduardo Acevedo, Mario Petanco, John De Leon, and Magda Torrellas. The new applicants are Alexandra Sainz, Rita Vasquez, and Erica Venegas.
Mayor, before we start, I'd like
Yes,
to,
sir.
I didn't get a Raw Ray submitted his application late. I'd like to ask council if they would accept the late application. I have them right here.
Yes, I'll
Yeah.
accept.
Right, no
I
objection.
would like to, not, oh, I'm sorry.
And
Yes,
Mr.
go
Mayor, the notice that was posted included the language, "The city council may at its discretion consider late applications." So if the council so wishes, it can accept late applications based on the notice.
All righty, that's fine. All right, thank you. All right, go ahead.
I would like to nominate Magda Torellis to continue on the housing.
I'd like to nominate Anita Diaz.
I'd like to nominate Rita Vasquez.
I'd like to nominate Alejandra Sáenz and Raul Reyes.
And who, I'm sorry?
Raul Reyes. So that would be, Office 1 would be Anita Diaz, Office 2, Alejandra Sáenz, Office 3, Rita Vasquez, Office 4, Magda Torellis, and Office 5, Raul Reyes. That's my motion.
Okay,
Right here.
Vasquez,
Torellis.
Torellis,
Torellis
and who
will
is,
remain. She's on there already.
who is?
Who is?
Magda Torellis.
She's already on.
Oh,
Oh, okay, so we have 4 plus her.
yes, that's correct. All right, so that's the total of them, right? So there's
is
a
that
motion.
5?
There's a motion by Vice Mayor Ricardo Pacheco. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, next one is Personnel Commission. Yes. Oh, 6 and 7. Oh, that's a tenant. That's right. Did a tenant apply? Or unless you want to leave the same one on there? Luis Montano?
Oh, no, yeah.
And then we also have that vacancy.
Right.
The vacancy on office number 7.
Okay.
Tenant 62 and above. None? Okay.
So we'll just bring it back
All right,
later. I don't
can we
know.
bring those-
Well, then send that back out then if you don't.
Yeah.
So
We
we're
need a
keeping
motion for number
Montano
So,
at 6?
so here's, hold on, one more. So the motion is is there a motion for Montano to remain?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll second. Any objections? See none. And then number 7 will request to send that back out. It has to be a tenant of 62 years old and above. So let's send that out. That'll be my motion.
I'll second that.
Any objections? See none, so move. Next one is Personnel Commission.
Actually, let's do Parks and Rec, Mayor.
What's that?
Or we could do Parks and
Parks and
Recreation.
Recs is next,
Oh,
13. Okay, staff recommends City Council review the commissioner applications to appoint or reappoint individuals to serve on the Recreation and Community Service Commissions. I, 1, approve resolution number 2014-15 and appoint commission offices numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which are subject to satisfactory background checks. The Department of Justice.
Okay, I would like to make a recommendation for Parks and Recs. I would like to keep John Watkins.
I would like to nominate Mr. John Rios.
I would like to also nominate Arcelia Avila.
Okay, I'd like to nominate Anna Lujan.
And I would like to nominate Leslie Brito.
I'm sorry, what was the last one?
Leslie Brito.
Okay, so let me just go over the names. It's Joanne Watkins, John Rios, Anna Lujan, Araceli Avila, Leslie Brito. Right?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to, that's a formal
How about
motion.
is there a motion?
That's my motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any objections? See none, so move. All righty. So you want to go back to personnel?
Okay, let's go to personnel.
So the last one's number 14, the personnel. Staff recommends City Council review all commission applications, take nominations, and adopt resolution number 2014-016 entitled, "A Resolution of the City Council of the City of Baldwin Park appointing individuals to the personnel commissions of the City of Baldwin Park to office number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, subject to satisfactory background check as follows. The new applicants are Galavis Agustin, Arturo Luna. Incumbents are Martinez Edward, Padilla Nabor, and sorry, there's another new applicant, Rita Vasquez.
Okay, I would like to nominate Barry Liu.
Second, or, okay, I would like to Actually, there was a person who I asked, but he didn't submit, but Herminio Escalante, who's pretty involved in the HEAC group. I don't know if we could nominate him off the floor that way without, he didn't put an application, but if that's okay with everybody.
Who are you nominating?
He's not on the list, but it's Herminio Escalante. He's involved a lot with HEAC. He's kind of a active person. He did submit an application, but said he was interested.
Well, Mayor Pro Tem, I think if you would like to consider that person, you should put this off, and that person needs to apply, and then you can reconsider that.
Or vote for 4 and leave 1 vacancy and react.
Yes.
That's also another
Okay.
option.
All right, then, I'm sorry, who's been nominated so far?
Nobody. Ms. Rubio, did you
Barry
nominate?
Lou.
Barry Lou. I nominated Barry Lou.
Okay. I'll nominate Arturo Luna.
And I'll nominate Sylvia Bañuelos.
Okay, and then I guess the other 2, we could bring them back to the next meeting. So we'll nominate the 3.
I don't see his name on here.
Hey, what are you doing?
Well, he was the former,
Yeah, he was already there. He was there before.
It's not on my sheet.
It's not on the sheet. What's his name?
Barry Lou.
Barry Lou. Yeah, he's been with us for many years.
Not on the list.
okay, that's fine. We'll do 2.
We'll do Arturo Luna and Sylvia Bañuelos.
Yeah, and then bring the other 3 back for the next council meeting.
So it's Arturo Lunas for what, number 1?
Office 1,
And so, yeah,
Office 2,
and the other ones we're going to bring back?
and the other ones bring back.
And does your motion also include
That-
reopening the application process, Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes, my motion would be to open the process, the application process for the 3 positions.
Okay, I'll second that.
All right, so at this point, any objections? See none, so moved. All right, we'll go ahead and go back to the agenda. Thanks, City Attorney. All righty.
Yeah.
Okay, so, okay, so yes, we are down to communications. At this point, we have Susan Rubio, council member, would like the staff to provide council with an update on the current findings dealing with train noise free zone at the June 4th. So this was brought up. So have we had any update, or is it too soon?
No, Mayor, I think last time you requested that they look into it, and I think I had inquired about it, so I think they have some information for us, correct?
All righty.
I will be bringing information to the council at the June 4th meeting. I'll prepare a report to be received and filed with the council.
Oh, okay, yes, I'm sorry. You're right. Thank you.
All righty.
Mayor, I just want to request a couple of items. There has been a number of, just to keep the city clean, there mattresses along Arrow Highway.
Yeah.
There was one that's been there for a few days by the, I think it's the Valley County Water District pumping station, and one of the houses next to them, there's one there. What was the other one I saw? There was one, it was kind of like a couch just sitting out there. Don't remember the street, but there was one on Arrow Highway.
Okay.
And I can't recall the second one, but I'll remember.
Okay.
If you could have the Public Works, when they're, be vigilant about, I don't know why people are putting furniture out there, but we need to keep the city up and make sure that it's, maintained. I don't know why they're not noticing that, but they stay out there for quite a few days. I want to make sure that they're cleaned up, right? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Real quick, well, I'll go on to the others before I do what I need. At this point, let's go ahead. I'm going to move for adjournment of the city council.
I'll second it.
Any objections? See none, so move. At this point, let's open up the Finance Authority. So we have the consent calendar, which is just the treasurer's report. I'll go ahead and move. That's my motion.
Second.
Any objections? See none. At this point, I'll move for adjournment. That's my motion. Thank you. No objections. At this point, open up the Housing Authority. We have consent calendar item 1. That's my motion.
Second.
Any objections? See none, so move. Before we